Hi there, care to join us for a Stravaiging? Today we're going to go for a wander through the Earlstoun Estate and see if we can find Earlstoun Castle. Okay, we're starting here at the bridge over the Earlstoun Burn. That's Ardagh Hill, you can see just over my shoulder over here. So here is the Earlstoun Burn. We are about a 20 to 25 minute walk from outside of Dalry, coming from that direction. And the Earlstoun Burn carries on down here, all the way down to Earlstoun Loch. If we carry on up this road, we come out near Stravaiging, and we will be going through just over here and wandering through the estate through there. And as ever, while Stravaiging through Galloway, we will be joined by Loki, who does not like looking at the camera. I'll insert a sped up video of the walk from Dalry up to the bridge, just so you can see how we got here. In the 16th century, Earlstoun belonged to the Sinclairs, who had bought it from the Earl of Bothwell. In 1601, the lands passed to the Gordons, a historically powerful Scottish clan, and in the late 18th century, the land was bought by the Forbes family, who own it to this date. The Earlstoun Estate played a significant role during key periods in Scottish history, particularly in the 17th century Covenanter movement. This movement was a series of political and religious conflicts where Scottish Presbyterians, known as Covenanters, resisted attempts by the monarchy, particularly King Charles I and later King Charles II, to enforce Anglican practices and reduce the power of the Presbyterian Church. One of the most notable historical associations of Earlstoun is with Alexander Gordon of Earlstoun, a fervent supporter of the Covenanters. He became a prominent figure in the resistance against the royal imposition of religious practices. In 1666, the Pentland Rising, an armed revolt by the Covenanters involved many landowners in the Galloway region. Alexander Gordon participated in this and other acts of defiance against royal authority, facing significant consequences, including imprisonment and forfeiture of lands. In 1680, after the defeat of the Covenanters, Alexander Gordon was imprisoned, and the estate faced repercussions as it became emblematic of the resistance against the Crown's religious policies. Earlstoun House itself was said to have harboured members of the movement and been a meeting point for planning and discussion. The estate's association with the Covenanters is part of a broader historical narrative that includes the killing times of the 1680s, a period marked by brutal persecution of Presbyterian dissenters. Many of those connected to Earlstoun, either through family ties or as part of the local community, were affected by these events. The estate's land witnessed gatherings, sermons, and at times skirmishes linked to the movement. After the Glorious Revolution in 1688, which brought William of Orange to power and solidified Protestant rule, Covenanters like the Gordons saw some reprieve. The estate eventually stabilised, transitioning into more peaceful times and adapting to new economic and social conditions of the 18th and 19th centuries. Hoping I managed to get that red squirrel in frame on at least for a moment. We'll see when I come to edit. You can just see the digger working away down there. It was not a great shot of the red squirrel, so here's a picture I took the previous day of another one just a bit further down the road. The house on the left is Earlstoun Lodge, the big house on the estate. The main track, I believe, this main track off to the left here, I believe, leads round to the back of the house. There is another little path track going off of it that leads down to, I assume, round the corner from where the felling was occurring that we saw earlier on. Opens up into a felled area. I believe there should also be a path down to the edge of the loch down there. I did go down and have a look, but couldn't see it. Anyway, we'll carry on round and head up towards the castle. Through this gate is a path that leads through Earlstoun Wood and then follows a farm track back up to the Highcross Fern Road, and then we can return to where we started today. I may post a video of that walk in the future to complete the loop. Here we have the castle, which is an L-shaped tower house built in the 16th century by the Sinclair family, possibly incorporating previous buildings on the site. It was the seat of several lairds until it fell into disrepair in the mid-18th century, after the Gordons sold the estate. And, for a time, it was garrisoned by soldiers hunting the Covenanters. Sometime between the mid to late 19th century, the building appears to have been repaired, as it was occupied again for a while. The farm buildings around it are fairly modern, but may contain older material. Sadly, the inside of the castle is closed off, but it's still a nice walk to get here. There are some local stories about this oak and Mary Queen of Scots, where she may have hidden in it, or relieved herself behind it, although she actually appears to have stayed the other side of the river during her flight to England. Oh, wow. Thanks for joining us on this Stravaiging. Hope you can join us for another one again in the future. Sláinte.